What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another week here on the MFL channel. Of course, this channel is built up sort of a compilation of clips over the week, and yeah, just documenting the MFL journey that we are going on here. Today, this video is sort of rounding off the season and sort of seeing where we end up. Of course, you guys have been seeing in the past couple of weeks sort of, the start of the season, the build up, our thoughts and, feelings going into season 6. And yeah, this is going to be sort of the penultimate or the final episode of the season, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys are enjoying, please do show me by leaving a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into the video for the week. So we kick things off in our biggest match of the season so far. This is who is projected to finish first, Mr. Bishop, and you can see here, fortunately, he started the game off with a red card, and last time we played, he did beat us 2-0, I believe. So what we have done is completely change our shape, and for those of you guys that are, very switched on to the channel, you will know that effectively I run like a default formation against like the mid slash lower tier clubs in my division. But when it comes to like the top boys or like the top teams, I proper make really individual strategies for that game. So this game, I actually decided to go ahead and match the same shape that we played against Tywin's Gunner, as you guys saw in the last episode. And you can see here, Bishop actually did score and make it 1-0 with a sort of deflected free kick, and this is with his 10 men. So yeah, pretty much against Tywin's, he played a 4-2-3-1, and we decided, and we went with a 3-4-3, and we managed to beat Tywin's Gunner 2-0, I think it was in the last episode. I know that Bishop plays the same formation as Tywin's, so what did we do? We went with a 3-4-3 in hopes that we could just replicate the same result that we got against Tywin's. Of course, in the last episode, it was our first ever time beating Tywin's, so it was a great moment for the club, and Ty was in second, and because we beat him, we sort of took his place in second. So yeah, I was thinking, I mean, if I get anything from this game, it would be great because we are away from home. However, he's got 10 men, so I was sort of, you know what I mean, I was kind of licking my lips. I was like thinking, okay, he's got 10 men in 30 minutes. Of course, his team is better than mine, but I was hopeful, especially with the shape that we had. And yeah, you can see that he went 1-0 up, and as we move a little bit later on into the match, he gets another highlight. And his number 10, well, yeah, bit of a 1-2, should we say, ball over the top, and a fantastic finish to make it 2-0. And of course, at this point, you can see the stats. I have added this sort of like graphic or whatever. Hopefully, it makes it a bit better for you guys to see how the match is going. And yeah, I was a bit worried, I was a bit nervous, but then we do manage to get a highlight for us, starting with his free kick. And I was, well, at this point, obviously, I was very concerned because I was thinking he's got 10 men and we're doing nothing. So I was obviously putting this down to maybe my tactical preparation was poor. However, you can see a great pass to Ojon Joku, plays it out wide, back in the middle, Bashiri with the finish, and you know if Bashiri gets a chance, he is rifling in the back of the net, because that man is absolutely on fire, and we're going to be talking more about him later on in the video. So if you guys are interested and you like the progression side of MFL, stay tuned for this one, because we're going to talk a little bit about progression in the agency. And you'll see as we move on into the 70th minute, like dying end part of the game here, Cedar wins the ball back quite high up in the pitch, and Bashiri plays it to Ojon Joku. The rest is history. Makes it 2-2, and we do draw this game 2-2. He did have 10 men, so a little bit, like, I guess, sad that we didn't win. However, we were 2-0 down, so we'll take the point. Our next home game was against Guangzhou Farm, and we are trying to rotate the team a little bit for this one. I think we had about 2 or 3 second team players. You can see we started off the game fantastically with a ball to the back post to Florian Lampert, who finished it off nicely, and then nothing really happened until the second half, where we saw another highlight. We had a throw in on the halfway line. Khan played a ball to Schulte, and ball into Carter, and that was actually 2 of our second team players linking up to get a goal there, and we did go on to win this match 2-0. And then we had a massive match against Bear. Of course, he's sort of around the 4th, 5th region, and you can see a fantastic goal from Trump to start off the game. And so you guys saw at the start of the video, obviously it was first v second, kind of like in the projected sort of league standings, and this is sort of second, or we're projected second against maybe around 5th, 6th sort of club. I'd say 5th, to be honest, quite clear cut, 5th/4th for Bear. And yeah, we started off the game great, and we go into the second half, and you can see statistically we looked fantastic, so I was pretty confident. And again, we had done a lot of tactical analysis for this game, and Bashiri whipped in a ball, and it looked like Fulrich got the goal there, but it actually went down as an own goal, and we don't score many corners, so we'll take that one. And then we went late on into the game, and Ojon Joku got his goal. Of course, he is going for that golden boot, and he's got a couple of free kicks in his locker already, and you can see he got another one to his name there. And we didn't get a clean sheet, unfortunately. Bear did manage to score right at the end, which is, I guess, a bit bad for Duarte, but nonetheless, we'll take it. Of course, like I said, we changed the formation and things like that in this game, and it worked out a treat, and we did win 3-1. Up next was a match against Lehman Brothers, I think they're called, or Lehman something, and you can see here a fantastic goal from Ojon Joku. I'm going to show that one more time, because that might be my favourite goal of this season. You can see here they cleared the ball. Bashiri, first time to Ojon Joku. Oh my god. That, I haven't seen much better than that. Let me know in the comments if you guys have scored a better goal than that on MFL. And if you have, feel free to record or tag or whatever on Twitter, because I love to see good goals, and that was definitely one of them. And we did rotate. We had a couple of second team players in this one, Francia being one of the second team players. Plays it to Khan back to Francia, a bit of pinball, and Trump with another fantastic goal, and that is back-to-back games where he has scored an absolute banger. So Trump is on fire, and then nothing really happened all the way until the last sort of dying stages of the game, and you know the man Ojon Joku had to get a goal, another one should we say, in this video. He is really going for the golden boot, and we win this match 3-0. Yes guys, so with that bundle of games then, that puts us, strangely or funny enough, puts us into first position, and this is the first time I've ever, in any league, I have been first in the table. And yeah, I was. You should have seen my reaction. For those of you guys that don't know, I do stream on this channel as much as I can. It's sort of like, you know, here or there, whenever I can, sort of thing. And I was streaming. I was streaming the last game I played, and my reaction to seeing that I was top, I did go a bit crazy. So if I can find that clip, I'll insert it now. Oh my god, it's fucking on, boys. It's fucking on! Come on! Let's go! It's on! The title race is on, baby! Oh my god, the title race is on! It's on! Oh my god! Let's go! Let's go! So yeah, you can see I was pretty excited. Pretty much Bishop bottled it a little bit against Tywins. Of course, Tywins has won 1-0. If you know, you know. And I think pretty much I just wanted to give a quick overview, sort of at the midpoint of the week or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, give you guys an update. So we have 3 games left to play, and of course you guys are going to be seeing them in the video. Here's my thought going into the games. very tough, to be honest, because I don't underestimate Irish Villains. I think he is eighth, but he's got a good team. The Fang has got a great team as well, an uncommon or two in there. And Draco Faust, of course, is fourth. So very tough games, and I could definitely drop points, 100%. So don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm going to win, but I am really hoping for a top two at this point. Although saying that, fourth is still absolutely on the cards. You know what I mean? So it is that close in the top four. 5 points separate the top four. It's going to be rough for whoever finishes fourth. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it plans out. Of course, I am praying on, I'm praying that we win, but we will see. With that being said, I did want to give you guys a quick update on the agency progression and the other two sides that we do have here at the Cambridge Phoenix. So I'm going to be quick with it. The current season progression for Mr. Bashiri has been absolutely unbelievable, guys. A +8 for Bashiri this season. Yeah, wow. You can just see here, mental. +8 for him this season, and I think he had a +4 last season. So just an incredible player for us. Definitely our best progression player. Let me know in the comments who is your best progressed player. And yeah, everyone else, we got, don't get me wrong, a couple of +3s, which is fantastic. A couple of +2s, loads of +1s this current season, as you can see. And then for those of you guys a bit more, let me know if you how much you guys are like. I guess progression I'm not going to talk too much about because I don't think it's too interesting for other people. So we'll just quickly breeze over the clubs as well. Again, our main focus on the main team. Not really too bothered what happens here. However, I will say the academy. It's actually outperformed its points. I projected the points of this team to finish on 15. We're currently on 16, so it does mean it is an overperformance. However, we do need to ask a little bit more from the team if they want to stay in ice. Of course, that was the goal of this team, is to try and stay in ice. If it doesn't, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I just need to make sure the main team get into ice, and then no matter what happens with this team, it doesn't matter. Because if my main team doesn't get into ice and this one gets relegated, it will be go down as a bad season, and I don't want that to happen. However, if the main team gets promoted, no matter what happens in the other teams, it's a good season. You know what I mean? So yeah, academy struggling a little bit, I guess. Well, not struggling, actually overperformed. And yeah, we'll just pray that we stay in the division. And the reserves are just doing what they are projected, I think, which is 11th. Yeah, so reserves doing what was expected, and the academy are slightly overperforming. So yeah, all in all, the MFL journey this season has been going well. So 3 games left of our season, and first up is Defang, where we change our formation a little bit. Have a couple of second team players in here because I didn't want to risk some suspensions. And you can see here Thomas played a lovely looping ball to the back post where he found Voronin. And that was the story of this game. The wide players, Thomas, Voronin, Castro, all the players playing out wide just seemed to be a bit of a problem for Defang, even Seedle, as you'll see later on in this match. I actually thought it was going to be half time, but we get this highlight. Seedle wins it back, plays it to Voronin. Voronin I get a little bit of pinball in and there, but Voronin gets the assist to Carter. We make it 2 before the half, and I was pretty confident going into the second half, and rightfully so, as Voronin picks up the 3rd goal for us here. As you can see, Thomas with some great work, a great signing at the midway point in the season, and Voronin, fantastic finish one-on-one with the keeper. And then Defang picks up a red card, as you can see here. And we do actually manage to score the rebound of a free kick, and it was Mr. Thomas himself, so proven to be a fantastic signing at the midway point of the season for us, because he's come in, allowed us to play the wider formations, and he is playing well on top of that. So we beat Defang 4-0. We have Irish Villains up next, and you can see Voronin, Castro, Ojon Joku. Similar sort of recipe for success in the first goal there, where the wide players really getting involved and managing to exploit these players that are playing very, how do we say, like compact, defensive, low blocks. A lot of people adopting this play style, which I've tried myself as well, and it seems to benefit in this match engine. However, obviously our side is a lot better than the majority in the league, so I'm trying to find a way to exploit the low blocks, and I think I found the right formula here, because we do manage to go up 2-0. Voronin plays a ball into the box, and Castro, another wide man, getting on the end of it, although it was a corner, cross, whatever. Still, I feel like just in general, the wide formation that we are playing against these low blocks are just destroying the opposition, and of course, because they are playing such a low line, they're struggling to score against us as well. So Trump plays it to Castro, and let me just say, I've been seeing some fantastic goals from my side in the second half of the season, and that was one of them there from Castro. And the last goal, of course, the man, Ojon Jogu, had to get himself a goal. He's going for that golden boot, so yeah, he had to get involved. Trump here, don't know how he doesn't get tackled, but yeah, great build-up in the midfield. Voronin to Castro, through to Ojon Jogu, and that is another 4-0 victory for the boys. So here we have it then, boys. It all comes down to the final match day for the main squad, and we are playing against Draco Faust, who is in third position, and we have managed to get ourselves a 3-point lead at the top. Thanks to a win from TY. Of course, you guys have seen that, and we just won 4-0, 4-0 against teams that I actually thought were going to be a challenge against us for sure, but we swept aside them nice and easy with the formation changes I sort of told you guys about there. Up next, we play Draco Faust, and we're going to play a 4-2-4 against him. I've not played a 4-2-4 this season, actually ever, on MFL. However, I have good intel from a good friend of the channel, Mr. John, who thinks it's going to work out well for us. So we're going to try it. How we would lose the title here is by losing by 3 or more. So hopefully we don't concede more than 3. So from this point, is the first time in the season where I feel like we should win the league, and this will be my first piece of silverware on MFL. On top of that, Ojon Joku is top goal scorer by 3 goals. So, barring a well, I guess, if Bishop wins by more than 3, then, you know what I mean? So, barring a big 3-0 goal, a 3-goal, 3-point deficit, if that makes sense, madness on the final day, hopefully, we should be champions by the end of this video. And I can actually round up the other 2 squads before the final match day, so that's why I'm recording this little bit. The Academy do survive another season in Ice, which is fantastic, which confirms I will 100% have at least one team in Ice next season, and that is because they managed to beat Juventus 2-1. And yeah, final game, I'm just going to play whoever, and we probably will end on 19 points, which is of course enough to pretty much, keep us 8th. There is a small chance we could go 7th, but no one really cares. So yeah, and then the reserves are pretty nailed to be second to last, I believe, 11th. Yeah, unless no, they're not going to beat there's a small chance that the reserves could finish 10th, maybe 9th, but again, no one really cares. Like I said, these are reserves are just to progress players, get them game times. And actually, to be fair, the academy's doing beyond its means for back-to-back seasons, so I'm happy with them. And there is a small chance we could have 2 ice teams going into next season if we do win the league. Last 5, boys. Everything here. Sharp, quick, on your toes, all the way to the 40, to the whistle, oh no, boys, to the whistle. What are we doing? Ramberg away. Good save, Duarte. Fullerich. Come on, buddy. I need you. Seedle, can we find a ball into the box? Yes, we can. Thomas. He's been a little bit lackluster at the back post. I'm kind of regretting Thomas at this moment. I feel like Castro might have been the one, boys. Thomas has had 3 back post opportunities, and he's squandered them. Would Castro have squandered all three? Ojon Joku. We can't. Is that a red? It's a red card for Jonathan Kahn in the biggest game of the season with 20 minutes to play. We've been so good for cards. We have been so good for cards all season, and it's coming to haunt us on the biggest stage. The stage is set. 15 minutes to play. We concede. We're going to the playoffs. We draw. We win the title. Oh my god. My heart skipped a beat. Composure. 10 minutes to see it out, boys. Jonathan, don't even look at me. It's 5, 5, 5. Ah, 5. 5, boys. 5. Press. 14. Press, 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 press. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, boys. Wake up. That is the lifeline. That is the lifeline. We've used all our... we're a cat. We've used all our lives. And there it is. Just like that. Fair play. Fair play to Jaco Faust. We used all of our lives on that one opportunity. We give them another one. They score. 1-0 to them. And that might be all she wrote with 10 men. 2 minutes left. All we can do now is pray that Bishop somehow did not win by 2 or more. Otherwise, we are going to the playoffs. Drum roll. Are we going to the playoffs? Or are we champions? Oh? Oh my god. Have we done it? No, we haven't. Oh my god. Wait. No, he would have won on the head off. He would have won on the head to head. Because we lost. Oh my god. We have lost by the head to head. We're going to the playoffs.